Ready, Ernie? And for pledge allegiance? Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America,
To America.
the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can you guys let me know who's on from the WPC on Zoom? Eugene, you're there?
Eugene here. Hello, everyone.
Mike, you're there?
Yes, Mike Duncan's here.
Anybody else? Thank you.
Matt should be here.
Hmm?
Matt should.
Matt, are you on?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just not part of the WPCA.
Yeah, well, Virgil would have been here in person.
Ouch.
He's brutal.
Are you down in Florida at Disney?
No, I'm here in my office.
Okay. Item number 2 on the public participation. Hearing none, we'll move on. Item number 3, approval of the meeting minutes of the regular meeting dated January 12th, 2022. I don't have any changes unless anybody else does.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting from January 12th, 2022.
Motion by Bill. Second by Steve. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all approved? Any approvals? Motion from Bill, seconded by Steve.
So all in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Eugene, Mike,
Yep, aye.
communications, item number 4A, budget worksheet. So what we're gonna do is on the budget, I was just upstairs with Lori and Ernie. Lori and Garrett, I know you guys are working on the finalizing the budget. So sometime between now and April's meeting, we need to have a budget meeting. Most likely one, sometimes it's 2. So I'm gonna ask everybody to email Ernie, let them know what day is good for them. In the afternoon, preferably the afternoon. I'm gonna guess most people, 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Whatever good for you.
You
is
know,
good for us.
we'll have it down here. Mike and Eugene, can you guys email Ash, Ernie, let him know? If I'm gonna guess on a date. I would say, so our next meeting is April 10th. April 11th, that's the second. So sometime in March. I like Thursdays. Anybody want to try Thursday?
24th.
Thursday, the 20, am I in the right month? The Thursday I've got here is the 14th or the 21st.
And March is the 24th.
I'm in the wrong month, that's why.
You're in the wrong year.
I'm in the wrong year.
We got the 17th, 24th, and 31st,
Yeah,
or tomorrow.
This is true.
I can't do tomorrow. So 17th to the 24th, does anybody want to try the 17th?
17th works for me. This is Mike. 24th, I'm out, unfortunately.
Okay, I'm okay on the 17th, 3 o'clock.
17th, you mean a week from today? Or a week from tomorrow,
A week from tomorrow.
the 17th?
Yeah.
17th. What time though?
What time can you make it?
4:30 is, I mean, it's gotta be earlier than.
Can you be here at 4:30?
Yeah,
Does anybody want to try the 17th at 4:30?
This is Eugene. That works for me. Later in the day is best, so 4:30 would be better than 3 for me.
Why don't we shoot for 17th at 4:30 here in this room? And be prepared. We'll make sure that Ernie will make sure that budget gets out to everybody. I know Lori was working on it today with Garrett and Bill and Ed. So let's call it 17th.
Are Irishmen excluded that day?
Nope,
the 17th is.
You're American.
Tuesday, isn't it?
it's a Thursday.
It's St. Patrick's Day,
Yeah,
isn't
right,
it?
that's what I'm saying. Any Irishman.
Right, is that-
That's a holiday.
Does that not work for
Yeah.
you? That doesn't work for you?
Yeah.
You're American, you're not Irish. All right, how, anybody have a problem with the 17th at 4:30? Including you.
I'm not Irish, I have no problem on the
Okay.
17th.
I'm American. That's how I look at it. Maybe with a tinge of Italian and Irish. Okay, let's do that. Me personally, I don't see a reason to go over anything here. Unless, Bill, you want to talk about anything?
No, not really.
Now that we have all the paperwork, this is going to be helpful for me and hopefully everybody else. Next Thursday at 4:30, week from tomorrow. Anything else in the budget worksheet? 4B, WPCB Superintendent's Report. Oh, can I stop you 1 minute? All right, so Garrett and Ed did a really nice job. And Eugene, you guys should get this. I'll have them there. Eugene and Mike will have these. So Garrett and Ed put together a sheet, which he did an awesome job. And I've asked several questions of guys like, do you know what BOD is? And I didn't get an answer several meetings. So these guys put together a really nice little thing here to show everybody else what they do at the plant and what some of these acronyms are. So we'll have these next week for the meeting. Nice job, Ed and Garrett. It's perfect. Go ahead. Sorry.
Awesome, thank you.
The monthly report for the period of February 2022. The average daily flow is 2.7 million gallons per day. The peak flow is 3.3 million gallons per day. We were in compliance with all our permit limits. The effluent total nitrogen was 68 pounds per day. We shipped out 13 dry tons of sludge to Naugatuck. For safety, we had in other incident-free months, we are now up to 38. No lost time for accidents or first aid cases. Our safety training was lab and chemical safety,
What is that? How to handle?
eye protection.
What's that? How to
storage,
handle? How to handle
Yeah, proper storage and clean up properly.
and don't drop the beacon on the floor, otherwise you'll break it type of thing.
Different acids and stuff that we use.
Okay.
Yeah. Our chemical consumables were as normal. No noise complaints. We are now up to 113 months of complaint-free months. No state issued odor complaints at the pump stations or at the treatment plant. 43 complaint-free months. Our grease removal at the pump stations. The upper Route 8 station, 100 pounds, lower Route 8, 130, River Road, 70. Last place, 120, Meadowlark, 80, for a total of 500 pounds. This was 110
That's
pounds
such a big difference,
greater than last year.
Ed. That's such a huge difference.
Um,
I would thought people were eating home last year in 2021, but it doesn't prove right.
It may have gotten used to it and been staying home more.
So Lattice Place, somebody's eating a lot of spaghetti. And making a lot of sausage. Sorry, go ahead, Ed.
Preventive maintenance was as scheduled. Corrective maintenance was we repaired a truck fill connection for the sludge tankers. Diagnosed a bad wet well level bubbler. We're looking into upgrading it. Repaired a flex fuel line at the Baird Sawmill Station generator. Conducted the yearly generator inspections. All SBRs are currently online, all 4.
Are we done with cleaning all of the SBRs?
They were all clean, 2 years ago, we did the upgrade.
Right, okay. When do you think you're gonna be, what's the schedule? What's required by the state for cleaning?
It's not required.
No?
When if you see any issues with the bubblers or anything. Our future work will be to keep on top of all equipment and controls with daily checks and repair as needed. Our overtime management was as normal.
Any questions for Ed or Garrett? Are you guys gonna be at the budget meeting?
Yes.
At least one of you, if you both can't make it, all right, perfect. Any questions for Ed or Garrett?
Quick question. The fuel line, how did that collapse?
How did it collapse?
Yeah, well,
I don't
is
know.
it metal or
No, it's,
rubber?
yeah.
Oh. Okay. I didn't know if it was metal. Sorry.
Any other questions for Ed or Garrett? Hey, Matt, you might want to get this little brochure from Garrett because I don't think you know all of the nomenclature in here. So you might want to brush up on some of your nomenclature, Matt.
I would love to see the nomenclature, Mike. Thank you, Mike.
All right, just want to make sure you're on top of things.
Hey, Mike, without looking, what's BOD?
Biological oxygen demand,
Oh, okay, you're good.
sometime. Next, 5A, 57 Waterview Drive. Manny?
Good evening, Manny Silva from Rose Teasel Company, 35 Brentwood Avenue, representing the applicant Colonial Constitution Square of Shelton. So what we have here is a project on 57 Waterview Drive. It's essentially an 80,000 square foot warehouse that accesses Waterview Drive off of Constitution Boulevard. This is Waterview Drive is a loop that connects to Constitution Boulevard in two locations. This is the, I'd like to say, probably the southeasterly side of Waterview Drive. There's some condominiums here across the street. There's already a existing lateral connection off of Waterview Drive. When Waterview Drive was constructed, laterals were stubbed off onto the properties. And this lot also has one stubbed off onto it. So what we're gonna do is bring our lateral, which is a 6-inch PVC down to the lateral stub that's here just off of the curb line and into, it's basically right out near the right-of-way line and the property line for Waterview Drive and the property itself. The invert there looks like to be around 24. Oh, 234, and then the top of it is about 241, so it's steep enough, and plus we're coming from a property that's way up high. The demand for 80,000 square feet of commercial use, or warehouse in this case, will generate 8,000 gallons per day, 16.6 GMP, 38 EDUs. And then your fee is about $98,800. Again, the property is got a lateral already off of Waterview. We're just going to reuse it and connect into it with our extension. And I think that's basically our presentation for this, unless there's any questions.
Have you gone with Matt, review this with Matt, right?
Yeah, I could jump in real quick.
Right.
It's relatively it's just a straightforward connection. So it's really qualifies for just an administrative review. I did glance over it. The only thing I could possibly suggest would be to have a sewer clean out on the lateral just outside the building, where it leaves the building. But other than that, there's not even any bends. It just goes straight into the lateral. So I think the commission could vote on it tonight.
Do you have your recommendation?
For the administrative review, my only
Yeah.
recommendation is to add that, add a clean out on the service connection.
We agreed to do that.
And I would require that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
We'll put one right outside where the
Okay.
lateral exits the building. We'll put one there.
All right, so you're okay with this, Matt?
Yeah.
Okay. That's an easy one, man. Anybody want to make a recommendation?
I make a recommendation that we accept the application for 57 Waterview Drive dated August 19th, 2021.
With the ad that he's gonna put a clean out. So make sure you put that in the motion.
He's saying make an acceptance. Are you making a motion to?
So making a motion to
pass this?
accept it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, with the exception of,
With the exception that a clean out will be added to the lateral
right,
outside the building.
But Matt's already given you his answer on the application.
yep. Yep. Is it on here? Did you put it on here, Matt?
No, I didn't put it on there.
All right. Well, as long as it's in the motion, that's fine. Motion by Bill to accept the application for 57 Waterview Drive. Anybody want to second it?
Hey everyone, this is Eugene here. I'd like to second the approval of the application for 57 Waterview Drive, application 22-101. Again, under the condition that a clean out is added to the lateral.
Motion from Eugene. A second by Eugene. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Anybody opposed? Thank you. All right, man, next one, 113 Canal Street, application 22-102.
Hi, good evening, Manny Silva from Rose Diesel Company, 35 Brentwood Avenue, Fairfield, Connecticut, civil engineer representing the applicant. The building was the location of the previous location of the Chrome Commons building, or.
Can I stop you for 1 second?
Sure.
You're gonna resubmit this drawing, correct? We're showing I'm sorry, the last
Yeah,
one.
I'll add the lateral and submit it to her.
All right, thank you.
And then, yeah.
All right. Sorry, go ahead.
So as you, just to kind of get you oriented, this is Bridge Street that crosses over to Derby, and then the Canal Street, the two Canal Streets are on either side of the property right now. And then we're right here where the train tracks kind of curve off and go into across the river road into Derby. So this was the chromium factory. It took up the whole property. The building was demoed, and the property itself is flanked by Canal Street west and east, and then you can see here Central Avenue or Central Street, Center Street. It comes down, and then there's a small street over there. I forget the name of it, but it's just a little street that comes off, that's stubbed off on the end there. So basically, what our proposal is to have a 4-story building with 30 dwelling units and then some commercial space on the first floor. As you can see, we're not taking up the whole property like the chromium building did. We're just taking up a small portion. This triangular piece was conveyed to Howe Avenue LLC for their apartment building. This area here, we have some parking to the east, and our building is on the west-hand side. We have a sidewalk here to kind of link up the river walk with the rest of downtown. And as far as how the sewer connection is, there's sewers on both sides of the property on both Canal Street East and West. We are connecting into the one here into West, Canal Street West, and it's just a short lateral. It's about I usually put the distance on there, but it's about 10 feet, if anything. And the sewer main is right below where the curb line is going to be for the Canal Street West in front of our property. The sewer itself is down pretty deep. I have the actual sewer map here. You see, we're going to connect in somewhere in this area here where the existing Chromium building was. There's probably some laterals that are existing from the Chromium building into there, but we're not going to reuse them. We're just going to put a new one in, a new saddle coming down. And the breakdown for the flows is 30 units, which will generate 6,300 gallons per day. We have 9,735 square feet of retail space. That will generate about 973 gallons per day. That brings us to a total of about 7,274 gallons per day, which equates to 15.15 gallons per minute. That's your, that comes out to about 34.6 EDUs, and that generates about $90,059. So, I mean, it's, again, another application that's pretty straightforward. It's just a lateral connection into your existing sewer. That's basically it. I mean, the Chromium building had a discharge. Who knows what that would have been? That came offline, and then this is going to come in line in its place for this property. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
My only question, it's not, I don't think it's a major question. I just checked all the math. Matt, isn't this application supposed to, because it looks like Manny is typing in the numbers on this application. Matt, isn't this application supposed to be locked? I'm not saying I don't trust your numbers, Manny.
Okay.
So I just checked them, they're correct, but he's typing them in. So isn't this application supposed to be locked?
It depends, if someone like prints it out and then like works with the printed copy. I'm not sure if the one that's downloadable from the town website has the forms to be filled out or not, but we can take a look at that.
I thought it was. I thought we had checked that. That's fine.
We created it to do that, but I'm not sure if that version was the one that made it online or not. We'll have to check on before next month.
All right, yeah, let's do that. No, the numbers are correct. I just did the math and they're fine. I'm not saying I don't trust you. I just wanted to, why are you typing them in? I'm asking more the question to Matt as we.
Because my handwriting is horrible.
But you wouldn't have to handwrite it. All you have to do is do the calculation online.
The PDF online is not one that has the fields.
Yep, okay.
So what I do is I just download the
That's
PDF
okay.
with the blanks, and then I use Adobe Acrobat to just type it.
All right,
That's something we have to fix then, yeah.
yep, let's look at that.
Mr. Chairman, can I ask a question? This is for Matt Jermaine. Matt, would you be so kind to clarify the cost to Manny here regarding the review, the cost for you reviewing the applications so we don't let that slip through the cracks?
Sure, yeah, this one looks like it is pretty straightforward. I have a few concerns because of the particular parcel and the history of it. So I think a reasonable fee for this one would be like a lump sum of $600. So that would give us time to do a review to make sure that we're not going to have any issues with connecting into such a deep sewer, especially since they're proposing to put a new tap into it. And then the second part of that as well is I just want to check and see a little bit about how this site reuse kind of matches up with the remediation that was done in the area.
Right.
So it's not like a review we would do for a subdivision, but it's a very unique site.
Hey, Matt, this is Mike. I had a similar question regarding the remediation because I think they just capped it off with concrete, right?
That's correct.
That plot of land. So is there any
Yeah.
issues with that as well?
No, because so the foundation of the property is still in place. The foundations are still there. And then they poured a cap within that foundation because the building went from basically street to street. And then the only thing that, so the lateral is essentially coming outside of the property, which is what's outside of the cap. I mean, they would have to do probably as a drop into the slab for the stub out. But that shouldn't be a concern because I think that the cap is actually below grade substantially. So we have enough room to come out with the lateral and then drop in the street.
And then just a follow-up question on that. Is there any issues with remediation required from the soil that you'll dig up?
In the street.
Yep.
So that's always something that has to be done is when we dig, especially in old streets like this. I mean, you have to sample and test to make that a requirement if you want to feel more comfortable with it. But even whenever Burns or anybody does gas work or the DP has them stockpile and test it before they can reuse the material.
Yeah, no, I just this site I know is just very sensitive, given the facility that was there before. So I just want to make sure that we're aware of that and we take that in consideration.
Correct, and we are trying to minimize the amount of excavation on site. We're going to reuse the foundations. We're going to build our building right on top of the old foundations. And the parking lot itself will just have some minimal excavation for a couple of storm drains. And again, that will have to be tested and it'll be under the supervision of LEP, which is a licensed environmental professional. So again, we have no issue if you want to stipulate something in the approval.
Let me ask a quick question. If you're going to put the building on the existing foundation, are you proposing, what are you proposing below grade? For the build, like you're gonna have like two basement levels, or you're gonna fill it in?
No, it's a slab on grade. It's going to be a slab on grade. That's then going to have there's some fill on top of the old slab that was used as a cap, not the old slab, the new slab that we used as a cap. So there's no basement or crawl space or anything like that.
Okay.
Manny, how deep is the sewer there, running?
So depending on which one you're looking at,
Roughly.
yeah, there's an 18-inch out here that's the top of frame is 28 and the invert 17, so that's 10 feet.
10 feet.
And then there's another one on west that's invert 24. I mean invert 15 and top of frame 24. So again, 10 feet.
10 feet.
Yeah. It's not huge. I've seen bigger.
In the distance to the lateral?
The distance
The
that we are
length of it?
proposing?
Yeah.
10 foot.
Yeah, it's about 10.
Okay,
It's about a 10 foot lateral.
That's
It's right-
right.
It's literally from this building face to there.
small.
Yeah.
Do that in an hour.
Correct. Depends on your dryer, but yeah. It's a bit overnight.
Yeah. Other than the request for remediation by Mike, or I don't remember who, Mike or Eugene, one of you guys made that. Is there any other questions on, for Manning? On 113 Canal Street? All good questions.
No, thank you. This is Mike. I appreciate all the answers. But I would definitely want to make sure, we have some sort of testing there, and it sounds like they have that already in place. So I'm okay. Thank you.
So then the idea here is Mike, make the motion.
Motion to approve 113 Canal Street, West application number 22-102.
With your stipulation.
Yes, with the stipulation of testing.
So you want to, Mike, I'm asking here, you want to approve it tonight without having a little more of a formal review?
Oh, my mistake. You're correct.
Just an acceptance.
Well, here's what we're gonna do, Matt. We'll accept it for your review. How's that?
Yep.
Okay.
That'd be the motion.
So Mike, just the motion is gonna read, Mike, that you were accepting it for your review with it, and then you can make the note, Matt, on yours about remediation of soils.
I already did, yeah.
Second, anybody want to second Eugene, you on?
I am. Yeah, I mean,
Since
I
you
was
got-
initially just agreeing with you that we wanted to do the formal review first, but if we're gonna
Okay.
approve it, just on the condition that the approval is still gonna happen, and if there's any notes on there, we'll
Matt,
take it back.
Yeah.
But to second it, I will second the motion to approve the application for 113 Canal Street under the condition that the review is done.
Eugene, you're making a motion to accept the application only.
right, for review by Weston and Sampson. Motion by Mike,
Correct.
seconded by Eugene for 113 Canal Street. All in favor? Anybody opposed?
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
thank you, man.
Have a great night, guys.
You too. Bills rendered, C1, Weston and Sampson, $1,211.
Geez, nobody wants to make a motion, and poor Matt's not gonna get paid.
I'll make a motion to accept the invoice submitted by Weston and Sampson dated 3/4/2022. Invoice number 3221220.
Motion by Bill, seconded by Mr. Chupta.
I second the payment of the bill,
Any
invoice
further?
number 3221220, Weston and Sampson, the amount of $1,211.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody
Aye.
opposed?
Like,
Um,
I got a question on the review. How long will the review take, like to the next meeting?
Next meeting.
Yep.
Yep. Just so I'm making sure that just so everybody understands what myself, Matt, and Ernie do, typically every Friday, we get on a Zoom call, just so everybody knows that we get on a Zoom call, we discuss what's upcoming events for the next meeting and any other open discussions. Any of you guys are more than happy to be on the call. It's up to you guys if you want to do it. Generally, it's around Friday at 8:30. I don't want anybody to think that we're doing something behind all your backs, but we have a discussion before we come here, just so the three of us know what we're going to be dealing with on the next Wednesday.
Hey, this is Mike. I'm happy to join that. If you
Okay,
want to
we'll let
forward
you
me
know.
the invite, that's great.
I can do that, Mike.
Thank you.
All right, so
Just send an invite, I guess, to everybody.
send it, yeah, Matt, send an invite to everybody and let them respond.
Yeah, if you can include this, Eugene, if you can include me as well.
Will do.
2022, 2023 budget. So what we're gonna do is we already established March 17th at 4:30. And everybody's okay with that. Number 6, WP, the administrator's report. Ernie?
Yes. Presently, we've been working on the Bridgeport Avenue curb and place pipeliner. That was installed this December 9th. The follow-up to that is the lateral sealing devices that are being put in. That's going a little bit slower than we would have hoped for. There's 59 lateral sealing devices and just about half have been installed to date. The company is anticipating being done by March 31st. On another note, our office is continually striving to reduce the I&I, whatever the reason may be, of manhole, broken pipe, lateral connection, whatever the cause is, we're constantly working feverishly to reduce the I&I to the plant. And we just located a half a dozen manholes. This is unbelievable. The entire stretch of manholes, each one was 4 feet below ground. each manhole. So we had a local contractor, a competent contractor, raise them all to grade and put locking covers on them. That reduced the INI because some of them are right near the stream and they were below. It was just insane. Now, an important, very important note, our office, the WPCA office, is asking the city to help us finance doing an additional 3,787 lineal feet of 21-inch RCP pipe on the River Road. The quadrants are from Laurel Street down to Wright Street. And we will hear an answer back from the city, hopefully by tomorrow evening or latest Friday. Also, we had some cost overruns through police traffic division, which are presently being forwarded to our office in invoices. And these invoices have gone substantially higher than the previous. When it went out to bid, the consultant engineer, that is not Weston and Sampson, it's nothing to do with Matt. It was just a line item that the consultant engineer put in $20,000 for traffic control. Well, it's way past that figure. So anyway, the WPCA office has asked the city again to assist us in paying this this additional cost, and we'll have an answer on that hopefully by Friday too. Don't want to bring this up, but there's when there was some paving done, they covered quite a few sanitary sewer covers, and at this moment we're not going to. The costs aren't in our budget to raise these manholes to grade. So that's a matter that I'd like to maybe discuss with the chairman and the board at a later date, but the funding isn't there until maybe next fiscal year. And lastly, the aquarium water is going to be replacing some water mains throughout the city. There's several roads that we're literally walking tomorrow with the company and engineers and so on. But there's one on Wakely Avenue that we've noticed that it's still clay pipe, and it's severely compromised. It's really cracked, really fractured bad. I'm surprised the pieces haven't just imploded on it. So we reached out to the contractor who's going to be putting us the water main in, 10 feet from that pipe. We asked him if he's in that location, could he replace our 84 feet of pipe with 8-inch PVC, and they were willing to do that. Budget numbers to come shortly. And that's all we have for you at this time. If any questions or concerns?
Was that Burns that's doing it for the aquarium?
No, it's John G. Brennan.
Oh, Burns.
Yeah. Yes, Steve.
Do you have any idea how many manholes are covered, paved over?
We do, and actually, we hate to say that we're talking in excess of 100. And it's quite a, we're talking about $1,000 a manhole to raise. So at this time, we're not in a position to raise this grade, but we are in a position to make a strong stance that this doesn't happen in the future.
Yeah.
And we've already taken that up with the individuals that had this, had let the paving happen. But there any
Hey,
other
Ernie,
questions? Yes, sir.
hey, Ernie, this is Mike. How many manholes have we uncovered this year? I know that it's been an ongoing project so far, but just curious, do we have an idea of how many we've uncovered, and then how many did we budget for, or did that come out of the existing budget and we just shuffled money around to do that?
That's a nice question, Mike. We've been so aggressive at trying to get these to grade. And we just had a contractor assist us in, we have a couple of contractors, one that goes before the other one. We have one that helps us locate, like Ashley will be in the field trying to locate manholes and frames with the assistance of a certain company. And then to follow up, once they're located, she's out with the follow-up company that's chipping the bituminous off of the frame. So not all of them are being raised to grade, But to give you those specific numbers, we just need to go back to our spreadsheets. I wasn't prepared for the question. I apologize, but I could have that for email to you, to the board.
No, that's fine. I know that you had the numbers a few meetings ago or a few months ago, and it was just astonishing to see how many you guys have uncovered so far. And then there were some comments around how many more there's potentially out there. But I know that you're doing some great work, with the internal process to ensure that this doesn't happen anymore. So thank you for your work around that. Appreciate it.
Oh, you're right. Ashley's bringing, says that we've done at least 230 so far. And like you say, it's been a whopping strain on our 6507 account. We'll get some specifics to confirm that, and we'll get back to the board. Anyone else?
Anything else for Ernie? Financial statement is attached. Any questions on financial statement? Ashley, you're gonna update?
That's my fault, Mike. That's not hers. I needed to go in and, so I do a lot of inspections. And honestly, it's been, I don't want to cry in a
A lot of
shower here.
O's, a lot of O's.
Well, I need to update like when the inspections have been done, but
Yeah, that's fine.
and you had asked for it for this meeting, and I'm gonna drop that ball. I
It's
didn't
okay.
have it for you, but I'll have it for you. Give me 2 days.
Take your time. Next month's fine.
I'll
Matter
have
of
it for
fact,
you.
if you want to get past all the manholes, it's okay. Just want to, as you know my behind this. I think there's a lot of years. I think some things like,
Nothing sliding past us this
I
time.
know
right?
that.
Yeah,
We're
we're gonna be out.
that I'm happy about.
Yeah, you're very welcome. But we'll have that number for you. If you can give us the next
Take
week, it'd be
your
great.
time.
Yeah.
Take your time. I know you and Ashley are on it. But some of them, like I was saying, I was looking, I don't remember where I saw it, but I know you guys were gonna come up with, have an answer, not for me, but for us in general.
Right.
There were some of them were back, and I don't know if it's even true or not, back to 2017, you have it on here. 2017 Bridge Street. If this is correct or not, John Geddes, Bridge Street, 116,000. Again, some of these are probably so old.
Well, no, I think what they did was relabel that to the one, let's confirm this. I know you're on that, and that's what the application wanted, but then they reassessed this application to 7 Riverside Drive.
Okay.
I can get you the facts on that,
So I know you're on it.
yeah.
I'm not gonna push it for it.
No.
Uncovering these manholes and this other stuff that you got going is more important. But so is collecting what's our rightfully ours.
True, so. Matt, you'll let us know about the fees for the both. You said 600 for the other one, and we could talk at a later time.
Yeah, we will.
Go ahead, Matt.
Matt, do you want to say something?
No, I don't.
It's unusual, Matt.
I must be getting wiser in my old age.
There you go. I make a motion for wisdom.
Yeah. Any other questions for Matt or Ernie or anybody else? I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn
Motion that we adjourn
and,
our meeting from March 9th, 2022.
and so moved. Thank you. We'll see you March 17th at 4:30.
Second. Mike,
I just
haven't done today.
Huh? No idea. I didn't know he was coming until like I hear. I figured you know.
I talked on the phone.
I don't. He called Ernie, I think. I'm not sure what happened.
The sheets that we just looked at.
Yeah, I'm all set. I'm just logging out now.
Ranges are on, Matt.
Appreciate you. logging in.
No, we lost that.
Gene, Michael, thank you.
Thank you guys. Have a
Thank
good
you,
night.
gentlemen. Have a great night.
See you later.